Hey y'all, how you doing? It's Annette the Lobster Lady, and I'm finally back. I have been so busy in Costa Rica, I had to get back with my flowers. And you're gonna learn how to do flowers with me. Thank you for coming, and we're gonna have so much fun. I always like to have a good time. I want you to do me a favor. First thing I want you to do is hit that subscribe button right now. Just stop what you're doing and hit subscribe. Then, if you like this video, how about giving me a thumbs up? It'll help me immensely and doesn't hurt you at all. Here we go. Hey girls, hey guys, you ready to do some flowers for wedding? Let's talk. First thing you need to do is find out the colors that your bride and groom wants. And my bride was really sure that she wanted sunflowers and roses. This is such a beautiful combination. I think she's done a great job. So what we did was we did boutonnières. I think it's 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And I'm doing one extra in case somebody happens to fall down or break theirs. Now, then we're going to do one, and that's for the groom. She wants him to be a little different. And I added the rose off to the side, but the red and the white show the whole wedding together on his boutonnière too. Okay, first things first. First, you need to get the flowers. And believe me, there's all kinds of roses. But for different strokes for different folks, we're going to use these different roses in different ways. This makes a perfect boutonnière. The only thing we want to do is we want to trim, see all the little extras off, all right? Now, after you get this boutonnière and you cut it the length you want, because these came, I don't even know if I have one, but it was a long length. So we cut it off, it's all ready. First thing to do is you take your rose, and when you take your flowers apart, and what I do, if you can see the mess I have over here, and I'm sure we'll show it to you later on, the flowers and the leaves I pick off because I use every single bit of the artificial flowers. Now, this leaf I don't even know what it goes with, but it's the one that I like for the boutonnière. So I just lay that right next to it and get it to where you can see it. And you're going to use a lot of florist tape. All right, make sure you get 2 or 3. All right.
No, wait, go.
Now, I just go ahead and rip some off. It's easier, you don't have to try to handle the spool. Now, when you get a little bit better, you can do 2 or 3 things at the same time. But when you're beginning, let's get one that I've trimmed off. Here we go, here's the one I trimmed for you. We're going to put that stem right along with the leaf. See that? Right in the back. Okay, now I'm going to go and make sure that that stem is covered by the tape. Now, it's not rocket science, but it is a little difficult. You need to pull this tight. Now, you want to hold this out of the way and get the first part down and around and taped onto that stem. I'm having trouble with it because of my nails, but it's all right, I'm getting it. Now you get that down on there real good, and it kind of adheres. And you pull the tape pretty tight against the other. Now if you pull it too tight, you jerk it, you're gonna rip it, but just snug enough to where it'll break apart and spread apart, not break apart, and the glue will work. Now what I like to do is, if I find that it's not holding on as sturdy as I want, I come on up here. Can y'all see that? I hope you can. And I move that leaf. This is the great thing about artificial flowers. Not only can you make them way ahead of time, and you don't have to worry about them being fresh, because they're always fresh, but you can do anything you want. This is kind of important. I just want you to see. Pull this snug. Don't let it buckle out. And then mush it down with your fingers. Okay? That is very important to make this a sturdy piece. Now, see how I'm squishing it on? It almost makes it into a clay. Now, you pay attention to which way your leaves are showing. This is the back of the leaf, so that's the back of the rose. Alrighty, we got it. Remember, back, front, the pretty part. Take your baby's breath, and I don't put too much on it because it just makes it look a little gaudy, but I like to add the white baby's breath, and then this was extra on the sunflowers. So I put that over there. Now you can hold this real good with your fingers in the back and pull your leaves behind it so it shows a little bit, okay? Now, what are you going to do? We're going to take this old florist tape and we're going to snug it here. Now, I'm holding both the white one and the brown one with my fingers, okay? All right, now, here we go. I'm holding this down and I'm going to pull this pretty snug. And I'm going to wrap around those stems. And that's the stems of the white baby's breath with the brown baby's breath, or whatever that is there. It's just pretty. Now we're going to keep that back there because we want that rose to be in the front. Now, here we go. We're going to twirl it just enough. And we're going to pull it snug, not tight, but good and snug. If you wait too long, if you pull it too tight is what I meant to say, you're going to rip it. So now, look at, see how that's still sticking out? I have to admit, the hardest thing about doing a boutonnière is keeping your fingers and holding everything and not dripping. But I've done this for quite a few times, and I think it's a little easier for me. But once you get going, you got this. Now, I like to lay this down, and since the rest of them have two sunflowers on the front, then this one's going to have two. And what I did was I bought every shape of sunflower you could possibly get. Big ones, little ones, and this right here, this was a bag. And I got this at Joann's. Most of it I ordered online because the pandemic was still in force quite strong. Oh, I like these better. See when they're crunched up like that? Don't worry about them. Matter of fact, I'm going to throw that one away. Alrighty. We want them to be beautiful. It's somebody's wedding, y'all. They're getting married. Okay, two pretty ones. A little bit different. I do like that. And we're going to put them, and we're going to see, I pulled it off to where it has just enough of a stub, but not too much. So it's going to go here and here. And we need to get our glue. I could not live without my E6000. All right, let's see here. I like that right there. Now, you might say, well, you already did the back. Oh, yeah, I did the back, but I know I'm going to do it again. Now, this is artificial. They're not real. They're not alive. And this stem is hard as you can find. So I'm sticking this in there, and I'm checking this out to see, do I need to glue it, or is it long enough that I'm going to be able to wrap it? This one's going to be glued. And why is it glued? Well, it's because the stem isn't long enough to get it where I want it to go. Okay, normally I use cotton balls. Couldn't find any today. So we're going to use gauze pads, little small ones. I folded them in half. And you're thinking, what in the world are we going to use these for? You'll see. All right, I'm going to cut it right in half. All right. Now, check this out. You're going to fold it to make it a little thicker. Now, you see what I got? Okay. Now, I'm going to lay this right on here. It's the back. I got to double check myself sometimes, especially at night if I'm working. I want to make sure that I'm not on the wrong side. Make sure your flowers are not moving, and mine are a little bit. I'm going to get the right place, and I'm going to wrap the floral tape around this. Then I have a nice spot for the groom or the groomsmen to put a nice straight pin and make sure this stays on tight. And that is a boutonnière. First part of the wedding flowers. Thank you for coming. Make sure you hit that subscribe. And if you liked it, if I did a good job, give me a thumbs up, okay?